Okay, let's take a look. (1950) Ford F-5 flathead V8. It was apparently a truck on the orchards in a neighboring town. It had a rack on it. It has a flat rack dump. It does have a flathead V8 in it. The motor is stuck, and remarkably decent tires on it for the age of the truck. I'm assuming these tires got to be original. There's not many miles on this truck. I'm not going to try to fix the V8. I have a fellow that is interested in the V8 engine. Let me get around here and see if I can get up out of here without killing myself. Okay, so bear with me. Has a vacuum operated 2-speed. So radiators in here, running boards. I don't know if you can see the miles. Let's get her up there. Let's see if I can get her in there so you can take a look. Where am I going with my camera? Ah, nope, too high. Well, anyway, I think I can get in here with the camera. There, we're getting closer. There it is. 37,240. That would be the original miles on this. It was an Orchards truck and they kept it. Radiator's okay. There's the heads. A bunch of parts. Oh, mouse nest. That's what stinks in here. It's got a decent looking fuel tank on it. All sorts of odds in it. There was no seat in it. He had taken the seat out of it. Got a really nice delete for the radio. I'm probably going to leave this cab just the way it is, other than it'll get painted. So, roll the window up. Yeah, the funny part about it, windows good, rubbers are good. Look at the bottom of the doors. Look at the bottom of the doors. The truck is old. Yeah, so we went down and picked it up today. That ought to raise the neighbors up. So, yeah, I had a dump rack on, took it off it. Now, let's kind of explain what we're going to do. So, I got looking around. The other side's just the same as this side. There's a nice grill in it. Look how clear that glass is in the back. Okay, so let's see where we can cut through. Yeah, let's go here. So, you guys are going to get to venture into some place you've never been here. Well, let's make one quick stop over here. We'll do that on the way back. So when I bought that F-250 Ford, I ended up with a couple extra trucks. Parts, a lot of parts. Here's a 89 Mustang GT 5-liter, no title, 5-speed, runs. There's a Jeep I used for the transmission. That thing was rotten. I think we've covered that. So up there on the left, there is a box that is decent, real decent, a cab. There is a 63 step side up there and another 49 Ford F-100. This is the frame that's left after I did the rat rod. And I've saved it because of motor mounts, and things like cab mounts, stuff like that. So this is the frame that I got with that deal on the F-250 and it's in pretty good shape. It's missing the inner guts on the rear end. I don't think I plan on using that rear end. I'm planning on using the, if it's the right width. I'm not sure if it is, but if it's the right width, I'm planning on using the rear end out of the Mustang. And if that doesn't work, I have a real nice 9-inch Ford rear end over there that is complete. That's in a truck I can use. So those are the wheels. It's been on various different rat rods and everything. Half-ton pickup, nice frame, real nice frame. It has new kingpins. Steering is very tight on this. New kingpins, new bushings. I don't know if you can see them in the dark or not. New bushings, new spring housing bushings, new spring housings, all new bushings everywhere. This truck, somebody had done a nice job on this frame, cleaning it up and getting it ready, and they had epoxy primered it and then put some real nice paint on it. Now it's been sitting for a long time, but this frame is clean. It is a 64, and I believe what I'm going to do is I have a 289 out of a Mustang 2+2 that's in that Ranger, which is really sitting on a Bronco frame. And the story behind that real quickly is it came from a local Ford dealer. The Mustang burned in the showroom. When they towed the car out of there, the guy got a whole bunch of scrap cars out of there. When they towed the car out of there, they lifted the hood and the motor was perfect. Not a bit of paint off it or anything, didn't hurt it. The guy put it in this old Bronco he had and threw this Ranger cab on it and plowed his driveway for a number of years with it, with that 289 4-barrel factory 3-speed on this. It had taken a 4-speed out and put a 3-speed in. I believe it could be a 4-speed, but there was no shift pattern on it or anything, and just guessing, I say 3-speed, but I could be wrong. It could be a 4-speed. If it is, even better yet. So the motor transmission out of this 289, it has a Holley 650 dual pumper on it. Probably going to put it back down to a single 500, 600 CFM carburetor in here. Cab that you can see right there will go on this here. Now, before everybody screams and says, well, the fenders are different on an F-5, they are. But I have a pair of fiberglass front fenders that came with it, and I'll put those on it and use the grill out of that truck and use every part I can off that truck. Then that box up there, I'm going to look at it to see if I can use the side panels on it. And I believe that box is a mid-50s box that was put on that truck. It is not for that. The fenders are a little different on it, but I do have a pair of rear fenders up there for a 50. Oh, I forgot, there is another cab up there. There is a 40, right behind that pickup cab, there is a 48 cab up there too. Real nice 48 cab. So the F-5 is going on here, 289, 3-speed, 4-speed, whatever I've got. I'm putting it together, whatever I have. See if that box will work. I am going to drop the springs, put the springs on the other side of the fenders. I'm going to lower the coils in the front, and that's all I'm going to do with that. I think I have enough clearance even doing that. I don't have to put a notch in the frame. If I do, I will notch it and put a frame notch in it. And then that's the next project once I get done what I'm doing in the garage now. So probably next summer, but I'm looking at doing that. And this is the abyss. This is going to get cleaned out. This is 15 years of putting whatever I didn't need at that point down here from original Ford wheels. Now there's a 9-foot Fisher blade in here. There's a Ranger. There is a 95 truck I've used for parts. There is a 66 right there with a box on it with a 302 C4 automatic. There is another truck right here. There's some Ford wheels, center caps, all sorts of stuff. This Ford, I took the motor out of it and transmission and used it in the, I used the motor in the 92 step side, the black one, and the transmission is in the rat rod. So Here's a little walk around. We keep a bin here for scrap metal and put it in. So there's a lot of scrap metal that needs to go in there. There's a dump body over there, 8-foot dump body. Anybody close to me needs a dump body, I'll give them a hell of a deal on it. Tailgate's right there. That's about it. Okay, so on up here real quickly. Moving right along. Gotta be. It's gonna get dark. It's actually darker here than when it's showing up on the camera right now. That's a bonus door that came with the F-250. So we've been busy. We got all our sonotubes in, and we're up 2 feet above grade here. We're putting taking down a building, putting a building back up here that is 30 by 60. It is a steel arch building, steel on the outside, galvanized steel on it, but that's okay because we're going to paint it once we get it up. This side over here, once we come up the building is 16 feet in the center. We raised it 2 feet so we can be 12 feet on the outside walls. On the 12 feet we're coming out here, whatever it allows us to keep the same pitch of the roof, which is between 14 and 16 feet. We'll know as soon as we get the rafters up. And then we're going to put a enclosed bay on this side and an open bay on the other. So this new building will be 14, so let's say 14, that's 28. So 28 and 30 will be 58 feet wide, 60 feet deep, and that'll house equipment like the backhoe. Oh, the Sterling is over on front of the truck that was hauling the trailer with the 50 F-5. So a lot of this other equipment that sits outdoors will be inside. This here and this side's mine. Jordan is going to put a side on this side for himself to put his dump truck and other equipment, skid steer, that kind of stuff underneath it. The payloader's up in the gravel pit, and that's usually here. I think I'm going to part company with my 92. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I got way too much stuff and I got to make some room. So that is going down the road. Fun truck. Saved it from the crusher. This is the F-250. Not sure we're doing that. Maybe. My son's trying to talk me into putting a Cummins in it with a 5-speed transmission. Might just happen. So anyway, that's a quick update. That's the F-5 and everything else that's going along. Before I lose the daylight, have a good day. Thanks for subscribing. Had some good comments on the other videos. Appreciate them very much. Once again, thank you.